Welcome back to hashtag Ask Joy, where I answer your most pressing business questions. I am Joy M. Hutton, your favorite trainer and business strategist, also founder and principal consultant of Joy of Consulting, where we help companies with their organizational structure through training and development and process optimization. So if you have any questions that you want me to ask every Friday at noon, please send them to hello@joyofconsulting.com. And we're going to go ahead and get into our question today. So Jason in Oklahoma asked me, Joy, how do you deal with problem employees? Whew. I have a non-diplomatic response for that, but we're going to keep it clean and give you the diplomatic response. And I'm going to share with you some tips on how to deal with these problem employees. So number one, have a policy. How do you expect the employees to follow rules if they don't know what they are? So establish some policies and procedures, rules, and make sure that they are in an employee handbook that employees can reference when they have questions. And also deliver this employee handbook in an orientation. And if you cannot create an employee handbook yourself or deliver a training session, well, there are people like me that can do that for you. All right? So again, establish an employee handbook and training session that you can deliver these policies and procedures. So if an employee has questions, they can get those answered by you. Also, have them sign an acknowledgement form so they can indicate that they have read and received the employee handbook. So when they get in trouble, they can't say, oh, I didn't know. Yes, you did. You received that handbook and you signed that acknowledgement form. Okay? All right. Number two, have a disciplinary action process. So before you begin that process, you need to make sure that your employee understands your organizational goals and how they fit in. So when they do something wrong, you can go back to them and say, hey, this is not aligned with our mission and vision or our company's goals. All right. Again, making sure they understand those rules. That employee handbook is so important, establishing those rules, especially as relates to their specific role, okay? Clearly and communicate those. Again, even outside of the orientation, you should also have a training for that person's specific position so that they, again, know where their place is. Finally, observe their performance and take disciplinary action based on their performance and how it does not align with your company's goals. All right. Number three, establish due process. It's only fair to give the employee an opportunity to explain and present what they think they did wrong, if they think they did anything wrong at all. Number four, establish levels for an offense before terminating an employee. Now, some of you may not agree with this. You may be like, they're out of here, especially if it's a serious offense. Then obviously you have to take the appropriate actions. But establish levels so again, there is a fair process. So for example, first offense may be a verbal warning. Second offense, a written warning. Third offense, suspension. And then finally, fourth offense, dismissal. Again, some of you may be like, ain't nobody got time for that. I'm done. This person has to go. But there should be a process in place that's fair. Okay? All right. And finally, in order to avoid disciplinary actions altogether, what do you do to avoid disciplinary action? Well, first, you need to set clear expectations and define roles and responsibilities. When someone knows their place and what exactly they're supposed to be doing, you may avoid a lot of pitfalls in dealing with your employees. So think about that. Again, I cannot emphasize enough having policies and procedures in place. You cannot just have your employees running amok and doing what the heck they want to do. Establish some policies and procedures, have a handbook, and have a training for your employees. And like I said, if you don't know how to do that, well, Joy of Consulting does. All right. Establish an environment where there's open communication. You want to have an open door policy where your employees can give feedback and express their concerns. This also cuts down on you having to take disciplinary actions, because then you can address any problems that the employee may have beforehand. All right? Okay, so that's all I have for today. I hope this helps you deal with your problem employees. And also, something to think about is you need to hire the right people. That's a way to avoid it as well, but that's for another day. I am Joy M. Hutton, your favorite business trainer and strategist. This is #AskJoy. Again, if you want to send any questions or work with me, send an email to hello@joyaconsulting.com. And I will see you guys here next Friday at 12. Like, comment, or share. Thank you.